to take a holiday anywhere sounded swell. But before the flight, the police chief turned up at my hotel. He said I was the notorious Auckland jewelry thief who'd stolen 10 fine rings from the governor to her grief. Well, I had no rings to think of, but it wasn't like to be told. So I crashed on out a window and went sprinting down the road. Well, they say you got to go where the road takes you, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, it was market day outside with rainbow flags lining the stalls. Police sirens were wailing, so I took off and half sprawled upon an intense flock of anti-queer demonstrators. By their reasoning, they did not seem to be confessors, but with cop bikes close behind, through their thin throngs I plowed, and empty books were flying as we bulldozed through that crowd. For they say you got to go where the road takes you, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with that. I burst into the market's illegal sector in a frenzy, but one carpentry salesman wearing 10 rings was a friendly. He was handing out free gifts, he'd sold all his stock. He was hollering, now I'm out of wood, at last I'll buy that yacht. And he tossed me a ring with a sly eye. Oh, but the cops were coming fast, so I did not stop to ask why. But they say you got to go where the road takes you, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, with the ring upon my finger, I ran on up to the town square. But the cops had blocked the road, and the police chief standing there hollered, give up son, this ain't worth dying for. So I plucked a flower and walked to him in reverential awe, and pulled his helmet down over his eyes. And I leaped on down a manhole, left his cursing far behind. For they say you got to go where the road takes you, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, well, I washed out to the harbour at the Eastern Dock and swam up to the sailor on a small departing yacht. From his 9 rings I recognized the carpenter salesman. He said, son, I knew holidaying was a part of your plan. Come sail away with me, we'll be alright. And I loved the way he said it, with his voice smooth as midnight. And so I guess I'll go where his ship takes me, and there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's nothing wrong.